Time appropriate greetings. So, in the car, I try and listen to a lot of podcasts, keeping up on news events through a podcast called Unfilter, and then Risky Business and Rational Security. They each bring something different to the mix, a different point of view, a different slant. Unfilter is really good about showing the news and how they are cycling the news story and what they're doing to spin that news cycle. At the overtime of the latest edition, this publishing is August 3rd. It's in the last 10 minutes of the show, and the supporter. It's the overtime is what they call it, but he's just still going through some of the stuff. It's just a singular host instead of both co-hosts. I digress. He was talking about he was playing a clip from a news story in Oregon that some scientists have recently taken and created an embryo from frozen egg and sperm and actually modified the DNA to take out some malformities. The basis of this science is called Eugenics. It was discussed in a book called Brave New World and a couple other places. Eugenics is also, I want to say it's Gattaca is the movie. Eugenics focuses us on making things better through breeding and through science. So, back in the day when we'd breeding livestock is a form of eugenics if you think about it, because you're taking out the bad DNA, making sure you've got good stock DNA, and continuing your reservation that way. And this story was talking about how the scientists actually created a viable embryo, had using this thing called CRISPR, which I don't remember the acronym at the moment because I am driving. I'm kind of one of those things I'm passionate about, so I'm talking about it instead of doing all my research first and then not doing a video, period. But CRISPR allows you to kind of cut and paste areas of the DNA. Well, the news story cut from there in Oregon to a couple in New Jersey. And it happened that both the husband had sickle cell anemia, the wife was a carrier of sickle cell anemia, and the guy's like, if it was up to me, I would do this so that my kids wouldn't have to deal with being in pain all the time. And let me stop him right there. I too deal with pain a lot of the time. Most of you, if you've been here long enough, know that. Or if you've seen some of my videos that I've talked about my psoriasis, I've talked about that. Now granted, cancer cells, anemia cells, and leukemia, and things like that are a lot more autoimmune irregular, I can definitely see that being used there, but it will also be used for people like myself. People who have multiple autoimmune things going on because of a gene deficiency. With everything that I've got going on, they've actually linked it to a vitamin B47 deficiency. So I just don't have that gene, or it doesn't work properly, or it's mutated for myself. That causes my psoriasis, my arthritis, my bamboo spine. It probably has helped work with my kyphosis a little bit. So all these go to that one gene. So like I'm right there with the guy. Had I had a chance to do this and the financial ability to, I can't say I wouldn't have done this for my daughter. She may not have these issues, and I hope she doesn't. What about my grandchild? If I ever have one. Totally down the way. But will we have to worry about these same things showing up for the grandchild? And I think this is going to be a really big debate going forward, especially with the knowledge that on U.S. soil this has been viable, and it's good viable. Japan had this like last year. I'm not sure how viable theirs was. I don't remember. And it becomes scary and slippery because I think that we'll be using this more than just for correcting issues. I think it'll start that way. I think we'll start looking how we can correct issues, and like an agile cycle, it'll just spin real quick, and we'll make improvements with each one. And at some point in time, all the biohackers will figure out how to make this for themselves at home. Well, now you've gone from designer babies who are not ill, who have no deficiencies or malformations in their DNA. I think from there you'll have a divergence. You'll split. You have the artist who will go into biomodding and biohacking, and let's give everyone tails. This is kind of, think of, if you've seen it, Orphan Black, season 2, I think it is. Anyway, one of the seasons, like this dude actually has a tail re-put on him. It's a biohacking. Really strange. Digression. But you'll have those people who will do beauty mods, who will hack their DNA to change their ears, to change the eyes, to do these things. And I don't think it'll work. You know, we may find out that changing your genes as an adult will give you gene therapy and it'll work, or we're going to have designer babies. The other side of that is government application. And that is what scares me the most with eugenics. It's not the health benefits that we'll have for our children. It is the super soldier benefits DARPA gets, or the DOD gets, or, you know, because how far off are we from, oh, this fixes the gene, to this enhances the gene? I mean, it's the same thing with the biohackers who are doing it for art, is that they may not necessarily need to change everything. You know, they may be modifying something like, oh, well, this dormant gene here gives us a tail, or this dormant gene here gives us webbed fingers. What are those biohacks going to do? Well, you web finger a guy, is he a quicker swimmer? Especially if you web finger and web foot him. Well, now you've literally made a human duck, but it's beside the point. I think my big point with all this, and then I've kind of cycled back a couple of times, is while this is a great innovation and may be great in the future, I will always be weary of it, and I will always argue against eugenics. Simply because I do not trust the government to take it and use it against its people. Because when your government can give you super soldiers to defend your borders, they can give you super soldiers to enslave the people. And that's where we're going to end that. So like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to hear more diatribes like this. It's kind of a security / obscurity / biologic argument. So I hope everyone's had a great day, and we will get back with you tomorrow. Peace.